She didn't say a single word. She just pointed her finger for 22 straight seconds. And it became the biggest WNBA moment of the entire week. June 22nd. Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Indiana Fever versus Phoenix Mercury. The Fever are winning big 73-54. Fourth quarter. Game should be over. And then everything explodes. Caitlin Clark and DeWanna Bonner get tangled near the rim. Words start flying. Refs blow the whistle. Technical fouls start getting handed out left and right, 5 total in one sequence. The entire court turns into chaos. And right in the middle of it all, Sophie Cunningham walks up to the referee, calm as you like, and asks one question. Why didn't Bonner get a technical foul? She starts pointing at Bonner to show the ref who she means. And then Bonner makes the worst mistake of the night. She looks at Sophie and says, "Don't you point at me." Wrong. Person to say that to. What happens next goes completely viral. Sophie Cunningham locks eyes with DeWanna Bonner. And just points. Finger straight out. Direct eye contact. Full commitment. She doesn't say a word. She doesn't move. She just points. For 22 seconds. Bonner is absolutely losing it. Teammates have to physically restrain her from going after Cunningham. Mercury players are pulling her back. Fever staff are trying to redirect Sophie to the bench, and one of them is visibly trying not to laugh while doing it. Sophie never blinks, never smiles, never says a word. Just the finger. The clip goes everywhere overnight. Memes, TikToks, reaction videos. Sports commentators can't stop playing it. By the next morning, it's already one of the most viral WNBA moments of the entire 2026 season. Both players got technical fouls. Sophie got fined. She did not care. Here's what she said on her podcast 3 days later, and I quote, "I couldn't help myself. I could not." She was losing her stuff, and all I was doing was literally pointing. I didn't say a word. That is the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. But also, I would do it again. But here's the layer that makes this whole thing even better. Because this isn't just two random players going at it. DeWanna Bonner used to be Sophie Cunningham's teammate on the Indiana Fever just last season. Bonner signed with the Fever in 2025, big signing, veteran presence, came in with a lot of fanfare. And then after just 9 games, she demanded a trade, wanted out. The Fever front office couldn't make it work, so they waived her entirely. She left the team hanging mid-season, left her teammates, left the city, just gone. And what did the Fever do without her? They made it all the way to the WNBA semifinals. Without DeWanna Bonner. The team she quit on made it further than anyone expected. So when Bonner shows up on June 22nd, wearing Mercury colors, talking trash to Caitlin Clark, getting physical near the rim, Sophie Cunningham remembered every single thing. She didn't need words. She had receipts. And she cashed them in with one finger for 22 seconds. That's not random beef, that's personal history. And the best part? Bonner had absolutely no response. The finger broke her. A veteran of 18 NBA seasons completely undone by a pointing gesture. Now zoom out for a second. Because this moment is funny, but what's happening with Sophie Cunningham and the Indiana Fever right now is actually serious. In the same game on June 22nd, Clark got a technical foul for clapping her hands. One clap. Tech. Meanwhile, Bonner was doing far more and got nothing initially. Then 2 days later, on June 24th, Alyssa Thomas, Bonner's own Mercury teammate, puts her fist into Caitlin Clark's throat. On camera. No call from the referees. The league had to review it overnight and suspend Thomas the next morning. Sophie went on her podcast and said, and I quote, "Unfortunately, this type of stuff happens every single game to her, and the league and the refs do absolutely nothing. They are definitely targeting her, and the league and the refs do nothing to protect her." This is the Fever's enforcer speaking. The teammate who stays in the game specifically to protect Clark. And she's saying out loud what millions of fans have been saying for weeks. The WNBA has a Caitlin Clark problem. Not because of Clark, but because of how everyone around her is being handled. And Sophie Cunningham, with 22 seconds of pointing, accidentally became the face of that entire conversation. One finger, one viral moment, and suddenly she's speaking for the entire fan base. Sophie Cunningham doesn't fight with words. She points with one finger and lets the internet do the rest. Follow for daily WNBA content, because this season is just getting started.